would like to welcome you all to the Paleo Show FX in Austin, Texas. It is so exciting to be here because we've never been here before. And look who I found walking around here, Sheila Ely. And she has a very interesting story to tell. Her family have been on our mitochondrial rescue supplements for a little while. So I'm going to hand it over to Sheila to let her tell you a little bit about her experience with our amazing supplementation.
I know I haven't seen you in what, 2 years?
Yeah.
2 years. It's so good to see you. So for my family, this has been a game changer.
So
and
happy.
It certainly has been a lifesaver. My son has primary mitochondrial disease along with autism, seizure disorder, and all types of intellectual disabilities. When I learned about mitochondrial rescue, he was on a very expensive cocktail that was paid for by our insurance company per our geneticist's prescription request. It was $15,000 a month.
That's
for
huge.
years. It was huge. Out of that, we had to pay $2,500 of it, and it literally broke the family just for his mitochondrial cocktail, not including everything else that he needed.
Nobody can sustain that.
Right. Every year we would go to arbitration, and they would continue it and continue it because the geneticist said it was life-saving and he had to have it. All of a sudden they decided not to pay for it. So I didn't know where I would find a supplement, what I would do, how I would do this. I tried to piece together something, but there was no way I could afford what he was doing. And to do what he had in this cocktail, which was a large bottle with supplements, he would have had to take literally 120 pills per day. No child can take that.
And that's not fair to ask them to.
No, it's not. So through a mutual acquaintance, I found out about you. And Temple went on mitochondrial rescue. When he first went on there, I need to let everyone know that this was a child who had difficulty picking his feet up, walking, running. He was tired throughout the entire day. He would make enough energy just to walk a few feet in front of him. Then he would need to lie down, either just lay there, take a nap. But he was never filled with enough energy to make it through the day. He needed a nap during the day, and he needed 14 hours worth of sleep at night.
That's way too much.
It was way too much. So he goes on the cocktail, and for me, I'm always cautiously optimistic because over the years, we've done a lot. We've done an awful lot. And a lot of things worked, but a great deal didn't. He goes on the cocktail, and I noticed subtle little things that were changing in him. His ability to put more words together and express himself better. Later on, he seemed to be more aware of what was going on around him. His energy level picked up. I think, but the most significant difference I saw in him was an opportunity when he ended up signing this bus. And I didn't see him running behind the bus because why would I think he was running? His therapist was right there. I turned around and talked to someone else, and when I looked around, he was gone. So his therapist wasn't with him. I said, go find him. Where'd he go?
Worry him.
Yeah, he found him completely around the corner. However, when the video was sent to me, I cried a bucket of tears because that's the first time since mitochondrial disease sat in on my son, I saw him literally pick up his feet and run. It was amazing.
Thrilling.
You could see that it was labored, but he was running.
Amazing.
The other significant change was his ability to pick up a pencil and write. We had years from the beginning, starting at 18 months, occupational therapy. Then we started doing the handwriting therapy starting at 2.5, going into, 2.5. He started handwriting therapy, learning how to hold a pencil, apparatuses. 5 years prior to me moving to Houston, the Houston area, this is a child that had 5 days a week of occupational therapy, and yet he still could barely hold a pencil to write his name. It was so light and faint because he didn't have the muscle mass to do it. He also has myopathy. He signed that bus with his name. He was writing with a pencil, and this is without OT therapy at all anymore because I just gave up on the handwriting. I ended up telling his teachers, go ahead, just teach him how to either speak into the computer or type into the computer. I'm over handwriting. He writes so much now.
That's amazing.
And year after year, it has gotten better and better for him on this cocktail.
That's amazing.
It really is. The other huge change for us as a family is the price. The price, along with the amount of supplements that he takes. He's virtually just on this and a few other simple things to sustain him, but nothing like what he was on before.
Well, for me, that's one of the most important things for us because we want to make it available to more and more people. And
Yes.
when somebody is in a great time of need, they don't have the money to be, throwing around. And so
Right.
if we can make it as affordable as possible, then we can help more people. And that is what our aim is to do.
Yes. And I would say one more thing too when we're talking about supplementation and the price and the cost. This is a 19-year-old who just 3 years ago was considered developmentally about 6 years of age. He is about 10 now, and if any
amazing.
parent with a child with these amount of intellectual disabilities, diagnosis of autism, or mitochondrial disease knows, going from 6 to 10 within a 3-year span is a significant increase, and that's where we are.
That's pretty similar to my own experience with my own son. He was very, very globally delayed, and since he's been on the mitochondrial rescue supplements, it's like the lights are switched on in the brain, and he's focused. He can, spend time looking at things, and it's been probably the biggest change for us. The
Yes.
cognition.
Yes, huge.
Yeah. So I also understand you're taking it yourself, which is very exciting.
I am. 2017, I didn't even tell you, and you tested me with the HRT and picked up my congestive heart failure. I wasn't keen on doing all of the doctor's medications, but I did them. I was doing those, and you tested me on the HRT. You picked up these things on your own without me saying anything, unbeknownst to me, because at the time, I was just thinking that, okay, this is some pulmonary hypertension because I've got a lot of other conditions myself. It's just getting worse. This is what I actually thought. This is getting worse, and this is what's happening to me. You picked it up. I go home because I was scheduled to be tested anyway. I go to the cardiologist literally, well, now I go a little more, but back then, twice a year, every 6 months. So I was scheduled to go for my visit anyway, and I go in and bam, I'm in full-blown congestive heart failure.
Your results were very worrying when we tested you on the heart rate variability.
Well, I went on strict bed rest for 5 months. During the time, though, you coached me through. You told me how much I needed to take. I was doing that. We talked quite a bit extensively. And I was not focused on anything but getting better. I came out of it within 5 months, 75 pounds lighter.
That's amazing.
I know, that was the byproduct of it.
Wouldn't we all like to lose that?
I wasn't trying because I didn't do any exercising. But my heart, I improved so much until my pulmonary hypertension hasn't moved. Matter of fact, it looks better than it did before.
That's amazing. Well, we know that the mitochondrial supplements will actually actively help repair cardiac issues.
Yeah.
And so this is really thrilling that you are, proof in the making.
Well,
and we've got cardiologists saying, this is working, which is, just wonderful.
well, it is amazing because we're only, we're not even 2 years out. That was October of 2017. And for at least a year before, I was walking around with a hole in my heart. I could not walk 5 feet in front of me without feeling like as though I needed oxygen or using a wheelchair to sustain my breath. I've walked around this entire conference today. I feel better than ever. I have other health issues that I'm dealing with, but they pale in comparison to what I went through in 2017 and the beginning of 2018.
And anybody who is a mother who's got a child with disabilities, it's a huge toll on your energy. So when you have your own health issues to contend with as
Yes.
well, the fact that the products are able to help you to get through that day and to get through it well is a great blessing.
Well, I will say one more thing about that too. Now, as women, we do have a little bit of vanity, not in a bad way, but no woman wants to lose her hair.
No.
My hair with that congestive heart failure was coming out by the clumps. I lost so much of my hair until I cut it all off. I just literally thought I was going to go bald. Within the last 18 months, my hair is so thick and luscious.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. Well, that's tremendous news. Well, thank you very, very much indeed
You're
for
welcome.
sharing all of that with us and sharing the power of mitochondrial rescue. We thank you so much.
You're
and
welcome.
I'm so pleased to have seen you at CA Paleo FX.
Right.
And yeah, it's been a couple of years, so it's
Yeah.
great to catch up with you again. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay.